is Action Sports Jags. Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
It's playoff atmosphere. Gosh, it'll be fun to be in a full stadium, a loud stadium. The guys they'll get jazzed up.
I think it's unhealthy how many times this year I've said I love Doug Peterson already. I don't think media guys are supposed to say that.
You and Dewey.
Doug Peterson. Man, he has been fantastic, and the Jags have been fantastic. 4 in a row for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they've got an AFC South showdown happening on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Crowd is pumped up. We're live at Sneakers at the Beach, and we got 2 special guests tonight. We're talking with the tight ends, Evan Engram and Dan Arnold. Men, how we doing?
Fantastic. Real good. Right there.
What an exciting time. I mean, this is what it's all. This is why you guys play the game, right? This is a big part of it, right? To have this type of opportunity coming up Saturday night.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a long season, a lot of ups and downs. We've been working, leading up all to this.
You guys are going to have a hard time matching our excitement around here, I think, today, right? I mean, especially Dan's excitement. Do you have to actually measure that this week? You guys know what's at stake. You know it's going to be electric, but you also got to stay even keel, don't you?
Yeah, I think, one of the things, like Evan said, the ups and downs, and you kind of just manage it, and you just sit in the middle, right in the middle of the up and down the whole time. And I think the team does a really good job of that, and it's something we're going to continue to do.
And this isn't de facto playoff game coming up Saturday night. Have either of you been in the NFL playoffs yet in your career?
I have not.
No?
Yes.
You have?
I have, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Lost the NFC Championship game against the Rams.
Yeah, but you haven't. Obviously, Peterson's won a Super Bowl. Darius Williams won a Super Bowl last year. Mike Caldwell with the Bucs. You guys have some playoff experience. Will that help? Can you talk to guys and the young guys about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, the leadership on the team is definitely experienced in that regard, and it's something that kind of passes down along every guy. But, it starts with Coach Peterson. Obviously being a Super Bowl winning guy, he's going to be able to set the tone right for all of us, and we kind of follow the lead.
All right, well, we get the Titans on Saturday night. You just saw them a few weeks ago. They're going to throw everything they can at you guys. You got to be expecting just about anything, right? Josh Dobbs named the starter today. It's a great rival here in Jacksonville, as you guys have learned. What do you think about playing Tennessee for all the marbles?
Yeah, no, it's like you said, it's a rivalry. Those games, there's always something different about those games. So, and with everything on the line, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and listen, Doug educated these guys on the rivalry the last time they met in Nashville, so they've got a better understanding of it. And here's Doug Peterson talking about the game plan against the Titans.
It's time for the game plan, sponsored by TIAA Bank.
They're still the Tennessee Titans. They do what they do. They do it well on defense, do the same thing on offense. We know it's going to run through the running back, and we're week 18, so there's not a lot of secrets with both teams. They kind of know us, we know them, and it's just going to be a really good football game.
Well, guys, if the Tennessee Titans know the Jaguars coming off that last performance, Evan Engram had a big day, which means they're probably going to focus a little bit more on you, right? That's how this works?
They're probably going to try, but we have so many great talents around myself and in the offense that you can't just leave somebody by themselves. So we'll see. It's going to be a challenge for everybody, but we're looking forward to it.
When you guys played them last time, look, in fairness to Tennessee, everybody gets injured in the NFL, but they have been decimated by injuries. As you prepare for them and look at them, the team that will be out there on the field Saturday night is not the team that they had way back in September.
Yeah, that's how the NFL works, unfortunately.
Battle of attrition, really.
And I think I remember reading something from Coach Peterson that, we've been pretty lucky to avoid that. And I think it really has to do with, the culture that we have in the locker room. Guys are in the training room taking care of themselves all the time. And it's just one of those things that if you're one of those guys that's not in there taking care of yourself, you're kind of like that, odd man out. So.
Well, we have you guys talking about Trevor Lawrence quite a bit throughout this year, and you guys have been 2 of the cheerleaders for Trevor toward the fans before it was even turned pretty good. The confidence in number 16, Dan, right now, you can feel it. I think the whole town can feel it. But you guys have felt it for a while in the locker room, it seems. Yeah,
I think one of the good things that's riding with all of it is with Trevor, you can kind of approach him with anything. If you're not seeing it the same way that he is or something, he's going to learn from that, and you're going to learn from that too. And that's something that is going to make him an absolutely great quarterback in his career is that he's a very approachable guy, someone who can work with pretty much anybody when it comes to it. And I think it kind of came from last year where he just got in that mode where he's like, you know what, let's just go out and ball. It is what it is. The game plans are what we have, and let's just go out and win football games and do anything that we can to do that.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun when that's occurring around here in Jacksonville and with you guys inside the locker room. And the Jaguars have been able to take care of business the last few weeks, right? 4 straight victories. They got things rolling, and they have climbed. It's amazing when you think about where you guys have come from, and also the Titans. But you couldn't worry about the Titans. You guys had to worry about yourself. I think one of the things I heard Trevor say yesterday that was really interesting, and Evan, you could comment on it. You guys have basically been playing playoff football for a month because you said we got to win. Our approach is we have to win every single game here.
Yeah, we found a process that has really been working. Each week is different. Each week we have to add to that. Each week something might change.
Right.
And everybody's been doing their job. Like everybody's been executing their roles and bringing great energy every single day and having great practices and cleaning up the mistakes. So we're buying into the process that we found, and we're going to continue to try to improve it too.
Well, the wall that says it all tells the latest story, but the defense has a new story to tell and maybe one more to tell here in, now 2023.
Power Play of the Week, sponsored by IBEW Local 177, powering Jacksonville since 1912.
All right, listen, Dan, we can, on this side of the set, we can say they haven't played terrific offenses, right? Struggling quarterbacks and offenses. But they've been dominant. And you can gain a lot of confidence from being dominant. And the Jags have done one thing well on defense all year, turn people over.
Well, they really have. And when they got that going again, that's when they started winning football games, right, guys? You get those turnovers. I mean, there is one statistic that is tried and true in the NFL. If you win the turnover battle, you're going to win a lot of football games. Isn't that right, Evan?
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How much energy do you guys feed off each other now? Like offense clicking, defense making stops. I mean, that's an energetic group on the other side of the football.
Yeah, no, it's definitely contagious. Each side of the ball kind of has their own swagger and their own persona, and the defense has found their own. We found ours, and we're meshing it together really well.
Can we give a shout out to Aluakon too? I mean, 170 plus tackles 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
incredible. That's a new Jags record
stuff. Yeah, and a new Jags record.
Yeah.
Past Paul Posluszny is a pretty good linebacker.
Man, that's pretty good. Speaking of a new Jags record, this guy has one as well. When we come back, we'll talk about the most prolific tight end in franchise history. Think Kyle Brady's going to mind?
He might a little, but that's okay.
Right.
Records are made to be Yeah!
Hey, we'll be back. We're live at Sneakers in Jags Beach. Everybody fired up for a big-time football game on Saturday in Duval.
Is Action Sports Jags, Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what the Jags on offense especially have done statistically. You mentioned Foye Oluokun on the defensive side, but look at Evan Engram and his franchise tight end record for the Jacksonville Jaguars, one that hadn't been touched in 22 years. Kyle Brady, of course, 69 catches, 739 yards now for Evan Engram, and a 17th game to top it off coming up on Saturday night.
Congratulations. What does that mean anything to you as you go forward? Just what are your thoughts about that?
I mean, it means a lot.
Yeah,
definitely. It means a lot. Just I always tie it back to the people around me. And since day one, guys like Dan, guys like Chris Mehertz, Luke Farrell, the entire staff, entire offense. We've been working so hard together, and stuff like that doesn't happen without everybody doing their job and doing it really well. So I'm blessed and very excited to work with guys like him.
Welcome back to Sneakers in Jags Beach. Jags Report live each and every Monday. Brent, Martineau, Dan Hicken, Dan Arnold, Evan Engram. And, part of that wall that we just showed is there's a lot of guys. 75 catches, 3 different receivers might have. 50 catches plus 4 if you add Marvin Jones has a chance at that. So it's been a very good offense for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's been a very good tight end room. Obviously, you're having a fantastic season. I think they should throw you the ball more. I've been trying, but heck, they don't. But still, you do lead the team in yards per catch, and you've come up with big catches, and you're ready to go.
Didn't know that.
Chris Mehertz. Yeah, so you go, Dan Arnold. And then, hey, he's going to make a big play down the stretch of this season and continue to do it. Chris Mehertz, one of the best blocking tight ends, if not the best in the NFL. You guys talk about your tight end room. I mean, how good is it?
Yeah, I think what's awesome is that all of us do something really well, but then at the same time, like, all of us work hard at practice. You know, Evan, obviously he's catching these balls, and he needs to be humble about it, but he works his butt off, not only just in the past game, but in the run game when we were sitting sweating our you-know-what off in training camp. Like, he was working on everything to be a complete tight end. So it kind of can catch defenses off guard with what we can do in the tight end room, and I think that's something that really helps us.
Quick trivia question. Who caught Trevor Lawrence's first career touchdown pass? Do you guys know?
That was Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, really?
Good work.
Man hurts.
Good work. Hey, you know, a lot of people have said what Dan just said about you. What does that mean? I mean, you hear Trevor say it quite a bit, too. And the dirty part of your work is blocking.
Yeah.
They ask a lot of you guys in the receiving game to block in the run game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a choice. I mean, it's a decision that, guys that we're trying to build this culture around, like, everybody in that building makes a choice every single day to do everything that is possible to be great and to help the team. And, I mean, that's who I've always been, and that's the environment that I'm in. So it's easy and it's fun, and it's a blessing to come in there and work every day.
Let's hit the drive of the day. A good pick from a couple of different ones against Houston as the Jags won 31-3.
The drive of the day, driven by your local Ford dealers.
Oh, it was such a good drive, and it got things off on the right note, guys, right? I mean, you get Kirk the ball, so he gets over his 1,000 yards, by the way. But this was after a great stop by the defense, best fourth down defense in the NFL, by the way. And you got the ball in the 46, and Evan, you guys went right down the field and were able to get ahead of Houston and kind of take care of business early.
Yeah, that was a plan. It was we want to come out and be efficient and be quick with getting points and getting the lead and letting our defense work. And we were able to come out and do that.
Dan, how proud of that effort were you guys to be able to just get the job done? Very businesslike.
Yeah, I think it kind of came from, the game plan going in. Coach Peterson really wanted to get on the ball and just, go no huddles type stuff and really just show, like, hey, we're here to do business. We're going to get this game over with. We're going to dominate and just get the heck out of here and prepare for next week. Even
though they're young, it's a great sign of a mature football team. Yeah, that's a terrific win.
Good leadership right here as well. And fortunately for these guys, they don't have to tackle Derrick Henry.
Oh.
That's the other side of the football. Derrick Henry coming back home to Jacksonville to ruin the Jags' plans. Is he healthy? How much of an impact will he have? Can he do it by himself?
You're gonna have to.
We'll talk Derrick Henry when we come back. We're live at Sneakers in Jags Beach. Good to have all the young fans, older fans, all the fans here in a big week in Jacksonville.
This is Action Sports Jags, Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
All right, the NFL says, hey, we're putting the Jags in prime time on Saturday night. They probably should have been Sunday night in prime time.
NFL doesn't like the Jags. They screwed us again.
They tried to screw them again.
They screwed us again, but that's all right.
It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Put that chip
right?
on your shoulder, boys.
Jags said, hey, we'd like to keep it a normal week and play on Sunday since the Titans played on Thursday. Nah, don't worry about that. We're putting you on Saturday night. But still, the fans love it. It'll be a prime time game under the lights for all the marbles in the AFC South. Welcome back to Jags Report Live here at Sneakers in Jags Beach. Brent, Martineau, Dan Hicken, Evan Engram, and Dan Arnold. And the schedule does alter a little bit, right? You guys were off today. I mean, do you like that you're playing in primetime Saturday night? Do you care that you only be on like a 6th day instead of a 7th day? Does it matter?
I mean, I'm ready to go now. So
yeah, right.
Yeah. After the game yesterday, I was pretty pumped about the week. So the faster it gets here, the better for me, honestly.
Yeah, for
How
sure.
about you?
I think at this point we're playing really good football, and it's like we enjoy being on the field together as a team, and it's like let's just get there. Let's get there. Let's get the whole week done. Let's get to the meaningful game and let's play it.
Yeah, I will say this now. If you look at the last few weeks, the Jags will just play their 2nd game in the last 16 days by the time that one hits, and it will be 3rd game in 14 days for the Titans. So there is that. I mean, how are your bodies at this point of year? So the fans are like, hey, we want to go prime time. Our bodies don't need to be in good shape. You guys would like to be in as good a shape as you can by Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, like Dan said, I mean, it's a process, getting in the training room, getting massages, getting sleep, eating right. I mean, everybody's bought into that. So I mean, we got our bumps and bruises for sure, but it is what it is.
Believe it or not, that's what we do to get Hicken ready for a Monday night show.
It's hard, dude. Like, they roll me out there, and we get through it. It's the first non-Thursday primetime game for this franchise in like 12 years.
Since 2011.
Oh, it's been a long time, fellas.
2011.
A long time.
Yeah,
they've been waiting a long time for you.
We can't wait for it. All right, hey, let's take a look at the injuries that both teams are dealing with, but, you know, it's really pretty light for the Jags right now. They're pretty healthy. That's the other good thing. They got Trayvon back, got Fatukasi back. They do have bumps and bruises. I say that, and these guys are like, yeah, well, I'm kind of hurting today. But I get it. But on the other side, what will Derrick Henry be like? Ryan Tannehill, of course, out for the year. Josh Dobbs will start in the football game for the Tennessee
They held
Titans.
so many guys out, though, last Thursday, obviously. They took a different approach than what you guys took going into that game. And, you know, it makes sense on both sides. They had to do what they had to do. I kind of like what Doug Peterson did, and seemingly he pushed all the right buttons. You went, you dominated, you got to win. And 9-8 sounds better than 8-9.
For sure.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And good, it worked out. Let's bring in Action Sports Jack's Olivia Tassley. She has more on Derrick Henry's hip injury.
This injury report is brought to you by Flagler Health, orthopedic specialists.
A playoff push rides for the top two teams in the AFC South on Week 18, and it seems like the Titans put all their eggs in one basket last week after a handful of starters didn't play on Thursday Night Football against the Cowboys. One of them being Derrick Henry, who has been dealing with a hip injury. I spoke with our Dr. Garrett Schwarzman over at Flagler Health Plus about some different nagging hip injuries.
So hip injuries, usually we have what are called hip pointers, which is right at the iliac crest here. That's usually just damage where the quad is. It's usually in younger athletes. They get those a lot. Those are kind of a pain tolerance, and they can return to play as soon as they feel okay.
After not practicing all last week, Henry could potentially have nearly 2 weeks of rest time before that crucial matchup against the Jags. For the Flagler Health Plus Injury Report, I'm Olivia Tassley, Action Sports Jax.
Oh, it's just getting so easy. Remember when we almost canceled this segment?
We
Sunshine
almost
and
did,
Rainbows?
yeah.
There was a time, probably back in October, when we thought about canceling it. But we kept
Persevered.
pushing through.
The bandwagon is open.
And now it's wide open.
Come on.
Record amount of Sunshine and Rainbow members. We're live at Sneakers in Jags Beach. We'll be right back live on Fox 30. Jags get ready to play the Titans on Saturday night.
This is Action Sports Jags, Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
All right, Sunshine and Rainbows.
Who we got?
And, hey, Snoop Connor, congratulations.
Snoop!
First career touchdown to Snoop Connor.
Yeah.
Hey, Walker Little and Calebon Chason are from the Houston area, so Calebon Chason gets a sack
Wow.
and back at his hometown. So
All
good
right.
for Calebon Chason, who's been playing better football, by the way. And I want to shout out to Chris Claybrooks and the special teams unit in
Got
general.
that foot in.
He did. That was a nice job. We got the toe up, I guess. Special teams really played well. Yesterday, Logan Cook obviously has been terrific, but special teams is a big part of it. Nobody likes to talk about it. Riley Patterson doing well, Logan Cook doing well.
Yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I think it really kind of comes from Dewey. He's kind of the head honcho with that regard. And he just brings everybody together, and we really have fun out there in practice, you know. And when guys are flying around making plays, having fun, that's when special teams groups really get special.
Question for both of you. Now that we look back, get a little perspective, was there a moment for you guys that was the turning point of this football season? When you look back at this and how you guys have been able to fight back, we've talked a lot about confidence. You guys kept believing, but was there a moment where this is the turning point?
I feel like it was – we were talking about this on the plane last night. I feel like bye week was kind of like that reset button.
Okay.
We realized, you know, the games that we had been in previous – I think Press had given us that PowerPoint, and he was like, we've lost four games by one score.
Right.
Of those 4 games, we were leading going into the fourth quarter. And it was like, we're right there. Mm-hmm. And then we reset bye week, got away from football. Everybody kind of recollected. And then we came back, and we've been on fire since.
Yeah. I would say around the same time, I think the Baltimore win was, for me, was like, all right, like, we got something. And then the crazy part was then that was Detroit was the next week, which which was what it was. And then now we're on this run. So I think, minus the Detroit, whatever that was, since that Baltimore game, it's been different.
I could tell. I could feel that these guys, Evan Engram's a pretty even-keel guy, but he's been smiling most of the show. He really does want to play tomorrow. I think these guys really want to play tomorrow. Bring Tennessee down early. We'll go play tomorrow. Hey, we're going to have a bunch of coverage, of course, all week long. We always do with our Action Sports Jacks team. Includes Friday night, a special edition of Countdown to Kickoff. That will be at 7 o'clock, so we'll make sure we get you set for that Saturday night tilt on ESPN. Hey, we don't have a pep rally here, so let's send these guys off. Evan Engram and Dan. Thanks for coming out, guys. Good luck on Saturday night against the Titans, and hopefully we talk playoffs next week.
Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. On game day, all of Duval knows where to go for all things Jags.
CBS 47 and Fox 30, your official station of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Come on, you see the logo. We official, baby.
Exclusive interviews.
From the studio to the sideline. Now that's official.
And in the locker rooms.
Yep, we're that official.
Join the official station of your Jaguars for Countdown to Kickoff. Sunday at 11:30 on CBS 47. Brought to you by your local Ford dealers.